Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on Komodo Tai Tarot. Today we will be doing Aquarius and what is in store for Aquarius for the first week of July, dating July 4th through July 10th of 2021. We will be using the Herb Crafters Tarot for the reading today. So let's get that out. Let's get started. Okay, my spirit teams, what messages do you have for my dear Aquarius for the date of July 4th through July 10th of 2021? The good, the bad, the ugly, in regards to their personal matters, their career, finance, their love life. What do they need to know? Okay, so we have the Emperor in reverse. Take a while. I sense that there is a feeling of lacking in direction for you all. My dear Aquarius, you are in a state of confusion, of lacking in a sense of direction. You're not quite sure whether to go right or left, or there's this decisions and this indecisions that you are hung up on. Decisions with regards to perhaps career or even your personal relationships with friends and family or lovers. There's a choice that needs to be made here, but with the Emperor in reverse, it seems like what I'm seeing is this Two of Swords, and this Two of Swords, that you're blindfolded and you just don't want to be bothered, or you don't want to see or hear anything. You just want to be in your own little bubble, in your own little world, similar to an avoidance personality that you're exhibiting at this time, I feel. Because typically the Emperor is someone who exhibit a characteristics of leadership, of knowing what they want and which direction to go, how to get there. But the energy that I'm getting from this is that this part right here, this right here is, I'm very focused on that. It reminds me of the illumination of the Hangman, but in reverse. Like there's some blockages in your crown chakra almost that's keeping you stuck. Could we get some more details with regards to the Emperor in reverse, please? And I see borders. This pine cone here looks like it's creating a border around you, like some form of barrier that you're keeping out. You keep what you want in, and you're keeping things that you don't want to deal with out. Something along that line. It's the energy that I'm sensing. It's the energy of not wanting to be bothered by the external world. You just want to keep to yourselves. Some of you, I feel, maybe quite depressive, in a depressive state of mind, or even reclusive altogether. You're just, what I'm seeing is a person sitting in their recliner in a dark room by themselves and not talking to anyone. 8 of Earth turmeric. Eight of Earth is similar to that of the Eight of Pentacles. I'm very attuned to this clothes. All these clothes on the clothing line blowing in the wind. At this point in time, you're just pretty much going wherever the wind takes you, just going with the flow, living day by day, just existing, but not really thriving, I feel. And there's something with regards to money that weighs heavily on your mind, is money and finances. Perhaps some of you are in the stock trade where you have stocks and portfolios, and it's not going quite well. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not going or growing. The money isn't growing as quickly as you would like to have it, and so you're quite depressed about that with this Eight of Earth. But you're working hard, though. I see that you're working hard. You go to work. Those of you working a 9 to 5, you're very diligent in going to work and working overtime, as a matter of fact, because you needed that money to boost your stock when the price dropped. Okay, and we have the Madre of Earth in reverse. Well, if it's upright, it looks like this. And what I'm drawn to is the hand. The hand, and also this illumination of light here. Like a prayer of some kind. A prayer, what is it, the word? It's not sacrifice, but it's along the line, but it's not sacrifice, it's more pleasant. Sacrifice sounds so gruesome. Like a giving. But because it's in reverse, so just by looking at the illumination, the illustration of the cards and the energy that it is giving me at this particular moment in time with regards to your situation, when it's in upright, I feel this card is like giving thanks, giving prayers and thank you to the divine, to God, to the universe, to whatever that you hold to be, that you believe in. But because it's in reverse, it seems like your mind is closed off to this idea of the divine. I mean, you feel stranded, you feel abandoned, you feel like God has abandoned and forsaken you. And so therefore, which is why I feel the Madre of Earth is in reverse. As a matter of fact, let's not waste any time. I'm just going to look that up because I'm quite curious as to what the book says about this. Oh, Madre of Earth. All of a sudden I feel like this right here in my chest area, it's like this feeling of like a bunched up feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like it's this wounded feeling in my heart chakra area right here. That's why I have to take a deep breath, like just perhaps it will help if you take a deep breath. Perhaps you're angry and you don't have anyone to talk to, because I sense that you're blocked off from everyone. And Aquarius is a pretty unconventional, eccentric type personality. You know, they have thoughts, ideas that are not like everyone else, that's futuristic, so to speak. And I feel like whatever problems that weighs heavily on your mind, you feel like no one understands you because they don't have the same views as you and the same perceptions as you. Mother is the Mother 100. Okay, pages 100. Okay, so Mother of Earth be a guardian of the wild places, build circles of women, share the medicine. A woman travels deep into a canyon surrounded by the scrub plants of the Sonoran Desert. A large dancing rock towers before her. A flat mesa sturdy behind it. Before collecting medicine, she makes an offering to the land. Yes, that's the word offering that I was thinking of, but just the word sacrifice was coming up, but it wasn't quite that. Offering to the land. She raises a clay bowl full of creosote flowers to the sun and sings a song of gratitude. The Mother of Earth provides for herself and her community. Like the creosote bush, she creates many remedies. She honors the land as she gathers medicine. She is in good health and inspires others to the same with her grounded daily rituals. She knows creosote bush thrives in depleted soil where other plants cannot. She too is considered a survivor because of her ability to grow strong. As a true guardian of the place, she learns from creosote, the mother of all plants, how to enhance the lives of generations beyond her lifetime. She steadily supports her people as well as the animals and plants of the region. Embrace your quiet nature, it is the foundation of grace. And these are the crafts that you can do with the Mother of Earth. Empower future generations, lead a medicine walk in your community, protect wild spaces, make an offering to the land in the form of a mandala, share the medicine, make creosote salve, and give it away to everyone. But you have this in reverse. So that means that you don't have no belief. Like you don't have any belief in the higher ups, basically. You feel abandoned. I feel like some of you are an atheist. But it's like a mixture of an atheist, but also at the same time, sometimes like when you're stuck in a rut or in a low vibration energy, you know, despite I feel like despite the fact that someone calls themselves an atheist or identify with atheism, but when you hit rock bottom, even when an atheist hit rock bottom, I believe that they still have this little tiny belief in them, in God, okay? It's not like they don't believe that God does not exist, but I feel that some people who call themselves or identify with atheists is because they feel as though God has let them down in some way, and so they don't want to believe that he exists, because if he does exist, then why did he allow for all these bad things to happen to me? I believe that's the feeling that I'm getting, the energy that I'm getting. There's a lot. It's very emotional and very intense, and I'm trying to like dissect through each emotion and trying to put words to it, to what I'm feeling. I think it's something along that line for you Aquarius in this month of July. That's the type of energy that you will be consumed with, that will consume you. A feeling of hopelessness, of doubt, of feeling of not even want to be here for some of you. Like you're ready to leave this earth. You're very depressed for some, not all, but some. And some may have like a mild depressive state. You know, they might be in that depressive state to a certain extent, but not too heavily. And some is even in a state of recluse. Perhaps there are some who are also addicted, not necessarily addicted to drugs or anything like that. It could be drugs, it could be video games, it could be codependency, it could be stagnancy, laziness. Laziness is also an addiction of some kind, because it's hard to say. It's very Hydra of air, catnip. With this, instantly I get this feeling, messages coming through saying that perhaps gardening or working with plants and planting something will help to give you a boost of energy or a sense of purpose or something to look forward for, you know, with the hydra of air here. And some of you may have a very like green thumb. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Like you have a green thumb. Whatever you touch grows and expand. But it's just this mentality of yours. You have this very pessimistic mentality. All the while you are genius, because the most of an Aquarius that I've met or know of, they're very smart, highly intellectual, intelligent, and they have a quick, sharp mind. And even though some might not, and even the ones that I came across that doesn't necessarily do well academically in terms of like at school, but perhaps maybe their mind is like so out there, and they find that being in a class and doing boring work or just frivolous paperwork, you know, like a distraction, is a waste of their time, and so they don't really take to academics too well. I feel that's some of you who are still in school, or not even in school, but maybe you're going to college because you're trying to get this degree so that you can get this career that you've always wanted, or to be in a career that you always wanted to be in. Something with Aquarius is that they have the tendency to be depressed quite easily. I feel that some of you may even feel like you're not even from this earth, like because of the way your thoughts are, your ideas are so different from everyone else, that you feel like you're an alien from outer space or something, you know. But this hydra of air is calling you to go outside. Don't be so stuck in your room all the time. Don't surround yourself in darkness, because all I see in my mind right now is just darkness and flickering of lights from the TV, and some of you may very well, like, I see this awkward person, you know, just not able to effectively communicate with people anymore because you're being so recluse. You're always by yourself all the time, and you hardly ever talk to anyone, and whatever you don't use you kind of lose, you know, especially with communications. For me, sometimes when I feel like if I'm always at home all the time and I don't have anyone to speak to, or I don't talk for days even, yeah, seriously, I don't talk for days sometimes, that once I go out into public or meet with people and I'm trying to speak to them, or if I want something, let's say if I went to the grocery store and I'm trying to ask the staff there for something that I couldn't find in the aisle or in the store, the minute I open my mouth, it feels like I know what I want to say, but then I can't find the word to say it. It's like some kind of a disability to an extent. I feel, you know, like a speech impediment, like I'm losing my mind, like I'm forgetting how to even speak properly anymore and socialize properly anymore with people. And that's the energy that's coming through here for the month, for the first week of July. But Spirit is calling for you to come out from that state of energy, because there are something more on the horizon for you. You have so much talent in you, you know, with this green thumb. Everything you touch, everything you do, everything you create with your hands come to life, and it grows just like the plant that you grow. But because of your mental state, your sense of feeling hopelessness and helplessness, you know that you have the potential, you have the talents, you have the skills, but it's like it's so hard to get yourself to do anything really. Like just waking up and taking a shower is a hassle already. It's a lot of energy for you already. That's what I'm sensing here. Oh, before I move on here, I'm not quite certain with the Hydra of Air. Let me refer to the book. Sorry, I'm not really familiar with these cards because I don't really use it too often. Hydra 90. I think this is like the second or third time that I'm using these decks to do the reading. Hydra of Air, Catnip. So return to beginner's mind. First thought, best thought, make mischief with a sleeping cat. The sky is clear and blue on a bright spring day. Sage, lemon, balm, catnip, and California poppy fill a small garden. A cat slumbers barely noticeable in the catnip. The soft, pungent herb curves around the cat's head like a wild green mane. A girl plucks a sprig of catnip in her right hand and gleefully reaches towards the sleeping animal. Hydra of Air invites everything to be her teacher. She observes the cat and playfully follows her into the catnip. Like this herb that grows wild through the garden, she lets the world around her inform the direction she takes. She approaches learning with the innocence of a child. She may revisit a well-known subject with the curiosity of a beginner. Just as catnip settles emotions with its refreshing medicine, she sets her feelings aside and communicates her observations and questions clearly. Crafting with the Hydra of Air. Try something new. Grow catnip in a window pot or a garden. Perform a tea ritual with catnip before meditation to return to beginner's mind. Strengthen the psychic bond between you and your families. Craft a catnip mouse. Yes, so Spirit is calling you out to come out from that state of energy. Because I feel that once you get going, especially if you're planting and working, to grow plants in the soil or going outside in the sun, I also get a sense that you guys used to like doing these things too before all of this depression starts setting in. Growing up, you are very outgoing. You love animals. You love all kinds of animals. I sense that you guys are the type of person to have exotic pets, even like an iguana or even a python, for some tarantula, all, just pets that normal people don't get. But you're the type to have all those things like turtles, tortoise, and you love to plant as well. You love the outdoors. You love adventure. You love to explore. And this card is calling you to do that, to get back to that same spirit as you once have as a child, to come out and just submerge yourself in those activities again. Anything else with regards to career and finances for Aquarius? Anything else? This is really heavy energy that I'm feeling here, which I'm unfortunately, let's see here. But things can get better for you. You just need that oomph to booster you a little bit. But I feel like a lot of this, because Aquarius is also a fixed sign, it has to do with your internal feeling and your belief. Spirit, for those of you watching who are feeling this type of way, nothing can change in Aquarius once they make up their mind or they have the perception, their opinions about stuff. They're really set in their ways, okay? They're very stubborn too at that. Unless they feel like, almost to this point, it's like external help. Because I see for some of you, you might have friends and family who are concerned about you and are trying to get you out from this funk or trying to get you to go places or do things with them, you know, or it's just flat out worry, just out of concern for you, you know, and how you choose to live your sedentary lifestyle. For some of you, even, not all. But with an Aquarius, it has to come from within. You would have to want to change things from within yourself. And that's where you will find the inner strength to get you out from this funk I'm feeling. Because other people can only do so much to help. But at the end of the day, it is the actual person, the individual themselves, that needs to initiate the action, take the action to propel themselves out from this stagnant energy. Because at the end of the day, we are responsible for our own well-being and happiness. Nine of Earth. So you have Nine of Earth. I sense that you guys are quite abundant, you know, with your money as well. You have money. Again, I said that you have the stock. It's not doing well, but it's okay. I hear that some of you might even had a really rough time and almost thought that you probably wouldn't be able to hold on with the whole pandemic going on back in 2019 and 2020. It was quite a scare. But you're able to bounce back quick. You're quite abundant when it comes to finances. You're very good with your money. Some of you are frugal. I hear the word frugal. You're like minimalist. That's what I hear, like a minimalist person. You're the type to be keeping and wearing clothes that you have since you were a child or since you were in high school, you know, if you are of an older age now. Yeah, you don't see the purpose of buying things just for the sake of buying it and for the sake of showing it off to people. You could care less about what people think of you, is what I feel. You do your own thing. Other people look at you like you're crazy even, or odd, or strange, or someone that other people might not trust their children to be around. I don't know, because you have this air of mystery too to you, and it's like you come across calm because you don't talk much, I sense, but there's this air of like a volcano, you know, like all this pent-up pressure that you're about to explode in any minute now and stuff like that. I don't know, this is just weird. I'm sorry if that's triggering to some, but that's just the imagery that I'm getting, the energy that I'm getting from this. You're like this right here. I'm not sure what this is, but it's like a twig, a wood material that they use to weave the basket here, it looks like, almost, but it's all like jumbled and intertwined together. That's how I feel you are. You're the type of person that is like, people know your face, they know your name, but they don't actually know you because you keep your cards close to your heart and you don't like to express how you feel too often or too much with people. You barely do, actually, even with close family and friends. There's only at least one person I feel that you don't mind to letting them in, so that they know how you feel. Spirit is for some of you who, you know, is suffering from ailments or aches and pains, or if your health isn't on par. Apple is very good. Red apples is very good for the body, and turmeric as well. Anything else that Aquarius needs to know? So yes, with the Nine of Earth is like the Nine of Pentacles. So you're independent and you have very individual, very individual. Yes, you are individualistic in that no one else is like you. You're one of a kind. You're very unique, like a unicorn. I don't even know why I said that, but yeah, you're like different, like very mystical, like this mystical being of some form, or you know, um, uh, but you're quite independent, self-sufficient. You don't like to rely on people. You do your own thing. And I feel like I'm repeating myself here. You don't care what others think of you. You like things that is eccentric, that are exotic, that is one of a kind, that is unique, just like your personality, that is hard to find, that is rare. You like something that is rare. Okay, something that is that stands out. The Tower. I feel like with this Tower, there will be something, incident or an occurrence this first week of July that's going to stir up old emotional baggage to the surface that will have you rethink some things, rethink life in general, and how you want to live your life. And for those, I feel like, who are depressed, I sincerely hope that you go and seek medical attention, help, or even talk to people, talk to family members, talk to that one person that you trust, that you can confide in, you know. Maybe that will make you feel better. I feel that you might have someone around you, and the person that you trust, they're concerned about you, and they want to help you, but they don't know how to help you or how to get through to you, because this wall that you have is so high, and it's like I said, with Aquarius, they're so stubborn, they're so set in their ways, in their minds, in their own mind space, that they know that they have, you guys probably know that this is not good for you, but it's like when I said with this card, with this border around the acorn border here, like you have this fortress almost that you surround yourself with, and it's quite hard to break that down. And this thing that, what is this, oh gosh, I'm so bad with my spices. I feel like I'm bad with everything else. Rosemary, is it rosemary needles? This needle, rosemary or something, I don't know, you tell me, for those of you who are good in the kitchen. But yeah, it's like a spark, an illumination of light almost, you know. It creates that effect for me when I look at it, and this pineapple, the pine cone surrounding it, that's like a fortress that's keeping everyone out, and only you, because of this spike right here that's creating that illumination effect to me, only you, the light inside of you, can bring you out from that. And people can do so much, can say so much, can try so much with you, but at the end of the day, you would have to be the person to decide that this is enough. I don't want to be in this place anymore, and I want to do better. I want to go back to how I was when I was a child, when I was explorative, when I was adventurous, when I was socializing with people. And I think it's in part is because some people have showed you their, you know, like the negative side of life, of human, and you're just, you don't other people look at you and they see you as someone as stoic, like emotionalist almost, and so they don't know how sensitive you are. But you are a very sensitive person. I'm getting this, like, a very sensitive person. You might not cry in front of other people, and sometimes you do for some. I mean, you're sensitive when you're upset, you're sad. Let's say if you have a pet or something like that, that passed away. I hope it doesn't. Knock on wood. But you don't mind to express that. You don't. If you're a man watching this, or even a woman, but women, we can kind of, they cry, and they, when they're happy, or they cry when they're sad, they cry when they're angry even sometimes. But man, if you're a man watching this, you're the type to, this is specifically for a man or for very masculine women, because I know some women who, because of the way they grew up and the family and their beliefs, they don't like to show their feelings or express their feelings or even cry in front of people, because they associate that with weakness. But here I'm sensing that if you're a man or a masculine woman, or someone of a masculine energy to you, right? You don't mind showing that side of you. You don't mind shedding tears when you're very sad about something, okay? Hence an example of a pet passing. You don't mind to shed tears for that. But at the same time, with some other things, right? If you're upset that someone is nagging you, or just is saying something that just gets under your skin, because you're so quiet and you're so pent up, you just hold everything inside, and just like a volcano, one little thing that gets under your skin can just poof, like a volcano eruption, like a volcanic eruption, and you have like this emotional outburst that can be quite destructive and violent too, because I'm sensing some of you like to physically get physical with people, when you get mad, or throw things, or break things and things of that nature, right? And this tower, there's going to be some form of incident or occurrence that's going to happen, perhaps not to you, but something that you see on TV. I sense that a lot of you like to watch Netflix, and that's how you learn too. You learn different things, and that's how, because you're so like a hermit inside your shell, and that's how you stay connected to the outside world, so to speak, is through Netflix and watching, and YouTube as well, about some stupid idiotic stuff, but I also sense that you guys are also into politics and keeping up with politics and what is going on in the world. If it's not politics, but you're very attuned to what is going on in our country, not only in our country but in other countries as well, you're pretty well rounded in that way. Yeah, so something, if it's not something that is happening in your life to you, it's going to be something that you see in shows or movies or YouTube, that you watch, something that you watch, and that will make you think a little bit more and creates this tower moment for you inside of you. Yeah, that's going to lead to this change. 5 of water is like 5 of cups. And again, with this fence, it's just this very heavy energy to this fencing. It's like very hard to get through. I don't know, something about the energy of the wood. It's a wooden fence that's like weaved on the poles to fence in for the plants. And the 5 of water is the 5 of cups. So 5 of cups in the traditional tarot deck is about, a person looking and focusing on the 3 cups that has been spilled, but did not look back to see what is behind them that they can salvage. And with this, what stands out to me is this fence. It's always about the fence, about the barrier. You know, you cannot be stuck in the past. And the Tower and the Five of Water, it's this very heavy, draining energy that's like very tight, that's very hard to get loose from, I feel. And it's like, for a select few of you, it's it's like the more bad things happen to you and creates this tower moment for you, and you know, it just makes you spiral down into this vicious cycle of pessimism, of making you withdraw even more, is what I'm getting for this tower, the pair tower and the Five of Water. You have to have some form of belief, like a spiritual belief of some kind, I feel, almost, to get you out of this funk, to get you out of this depressive state. I mean, you guys are good-hearted people. You guys are good, very generous people, and sensitive. And which is why I feel that because you are feeling so much, that is creating this depression in you, I feel. And another thing that I noticed is also the water too, and how the water is just like, I don't know, it's like, it's just flowing, and then with the fence, it creates this feeling for me of like pent up emotions, like you're trying to control your emotions, trying to put it under control, or maybe suppress, more like suppressing your emotions and how you feel. And again, with the plants, these plants are so beautiful and tall, and they grow like very healthy. You need to go out in nature. Spirit is calling you to go out in nature. Go out and take a hike. Go for a walk. If you have dogs, take your dog outside for a walk. Or you can go bicycling with your dog. And then the Madre of Fire. The Madre of Fire. I sense that some of you may be into spirituality, but more like kind of new at it. Like you're trying to test certain things out. Some of you, I feel, may be very good because of your intellectuality. Intellectuality, is that even a word? Because of how intellectual you are, I feel like you will be very great at making potions and creating tinctures and tonics and medicinal stuff for healing purposes. And I sense that some of you are right in the kitchen. You're like, even though you don't cook very often, but when you actually get into cooking, you are very gifted in cooking. Like you make, like, your food is bold, have a hint of boldness to it. It's very bold in flavor and very flavorful, and there's spice, and it's just all this conglomerate of flavors together, but in a good way, that creates this dish that's very good, that is different from everyone else. You know, because when you cook, you put love and you put passion in it, and you put attention in it. You pay attention to what you're doing, to everything that you do. Even with planting, I feel like for those of you who are into planting and gardening, like, your plants are very luscious, are very green, like the foliages are huge, because you you research, you do your homework, you apply that to your plants, you create a habitat for it that fosters its growth. And so therefore it blooms into like this beautiful flower, or if it's not a flower, if it's just like a foliage, the foliage is huge. It's like fucking humongous, you know, in comparison to others. And I feel like with food too, when you cook in the kitchen, you just pay attention and you know what you like, and you kind of like play and experiment a little bit and put things that other people normally combine together in your food, because your taste, you have a different taste than everyone else, that other people just look at it very strange and weird. Well, what comes to mind is Arthur. It's a childhood cartoon, like one of my favorite, and I still watch it from time to time. Or turn it on as a background noise for me. It's very comforting for me. But what this reminds me is of Arthur and his father. His father is a chef, and his father would come up with this like bizarre and very strange concoction and recipes that is like out of this world, or that is out of the ordinary, you know. And other people, but he's a very good chef though. Like everything he cooks, he bakes cake, he's a baker. But every dessert that he makes, everything that he cooks or bake, it's very good. It turns out very good. But Arthur is like so embarrassed that his father is making like this cake that is just non-traditional, you know. But every time he takes it to the party at school, all the kids and even the teacher was like very loves it, especially Mr. Rapper. Mr. Rapper just loves cake, and he was just like stuffing his face with the cake. And I feel like you're that type of person. You're like Arthur's father, okay? You put things together, recipes together, ingredients together that is out of the ordinary, that other people, when they hear it, they're like, what? That sounds gross. It sounds nasty. But then when they actually get to try it, because of the flavor, the boldness of the flavor of the dish, it's so good. They're like, oh wow, shit, I've never thought that it would make a good combination, but you make this combination work, you know, that type of energy. But again, you have a lot of potential, you have a lot of talents, skills, very competent individual I see here that is viewing this for Aquarius. You know, that doesn't surprise me, but the energy for July 4th through the 10th is quite heavy, in that you need to step out from that darkness and into the light. And I know it's hard, but just try to push yourself to be out there and be more outgoing, because people are very attracted to you. They just like you, and it's not hard for you to make friends. I feel you're the type of person who are like a recluse, you know, you spend most of your days and times all by yourself. But then when you go out and you see like your cousins or relatives or friends that you haven't seen for a while, and they're just like drawn to you, they're like, hey man, how you been? Or hey girl, I haven't seen you for a long time, like where you've been, we miss you, we should kick it sometime, that type of stuff, you know. Or some of you, I feel like you're into weapons, like guns in particular. Perhaps go out to a shooting range and blow steam that way. Okay, I'm using this rune oracle cards for clarifiers and also for advice as well. So Spirit, what advice do you have for my Aquarius for the month of July? Okay, so here it is, and it is in reverse. So Kanaz, this is it in reverse, and also Urus, I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. Urus, they came out both in reverse. And let me see here. And my card, the decks are not in reverse, it's upright, but these two pop out and it is in reverse. So just by the energy that when I'm looking at Kanaz, it's like about flame, about passion, but it's in reverse. I sense that you guys, your flames are like put out, it's been dampened. Um, you're no longer like the person that you once were in the past, where you're like full of life, full of sunshine, full of spark, full of passion. With this canals coming out in reverse, that's how I'm feeling. That's what I'm sensing. And then with this Euros, if you were to put it upright like this, it would, you would see the bull, and the bull is like very, very strong and very determined to get loose from the grip of that fork that is trying to contain it or trying to trap it. But with it in reverse, I feel like you feel trapped, you feel stuck, and you can't get out from there. And that goes along with the energy of the entire reading right here. And it's like, I can't reiterate this enough, but you need to come out of it. No one can help you but you. You need you yourself. Okay, and if you are viewing this, I'm certain that you do want help in some shape or form. And this it's like a wake-up call. Just take it as a wake-up call for you, saying that you know, to make you aware of the situation, of your situation, which I feel that you are already aware of, but it's so hard to get out from that. So Willow. And in the end, you will have victory with Sowilo. This is the card of success. And you see the man here is controlling the alligator, which is like a beast, you know, with one hand. Is it an alligator or a dragon here? But as if, you know, he's controlling the alligator. He's taming the alligator with his inner power, with his inner strength. You do have the strength to come out from this state of mind, okay? To come out from this state of lack, to come out from this shadow that you're living in, that you're stuck in. And I feel that a lot of you will, if you come onto this channel to see I feel like you do need help, like you want help, but you just feel like you don't know how to get out of it. But you have to draw up from your inner strength and pull yourself out from it, is what I'm sensing. And you will be victorious with that. You just have to try. You just have to not give in to it. Do not give up, I hear. Well, this is some heavy energy. For the first week, I see there really isn't any change here with along the terms of the heaviness and energy. I see that you've probably been experiencing this for quite some time, maybe even years. It's just been that way. And you just want to find solace in some form of spirituality, because you do believe in the higher ups, despite the fact that you claim to say that there might be no God, or claim or identify to be an atheist, you know, for a select few of you watching. And I also sense that you're the type of person to not rely so much on doctors and nurses. Go into the doctors and nurses. You do your own healing. You do your research, and then you buy food that you know would help with whatever ailments, conditions that you have. Like, say for instance, if you were to go to the doctor and they were to tell you that you are borderline diabetic or something like that, or you have high cholesterol, like slightly high cholesterol, and then you would know to come home to do research and to look up like what vegetables or food that will help to lower the cholesterol or to draw the cholesterol out from your system. And then you would do just that. You would fast, you would create a concoction and make smoothies and drink that, and only have like once a day, like a meal once a day, and only eat like a handful of meat for protein and things of that that nature, right? I see some of you, a lot of you Aquarius have that type of mindset. When it comes to caring for their body, they're very attentive, and like they do with everything else that they do in life. And that's why they're so successful. But it's not to say that you're not successful, you know, because you have the Nine of Pentacles and you have money. It's, you're surrounded by abundance. It's just that it's this mindset, this mentality that you have that's trapping you. So that's, I feel like I'm repeating myself as we go along. So that's the energy for July 4th through July 10th. And but yeah, Spirit is calling for you to come out from that funk, to come out from that energy. Only you can pull yourself out of this. Other people can only do so much, but at the end of the day, you have to be the one to initiate the first move in order to propel yourself to loosen the grip of this heavy energy that is latching onto you. And don't be in the dark too much, because come into the light. Turn on the light to your room from time to time. Don't be in the dark and by yourself so much, because it's not good. Okay, and that is it for you, my dear Capricorn. I hope this resonates. If it does, please like and subscribe and leave a comment if you feel like it. Let me know how it resonates, or let me know how it doesn't resonate. You know, so long as it's respectful. I'm always open to constructive criticism, as I keep saying in my other readings. So yeah, I hope you have a blessed day. I hope everything goes well for you. I hope that you're doing better this coming month and this coming weeks. And I hope that each and every day is getting better and better for you. Yeah, so hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.